In this video, you're going to learn how to create a clean, natural retouch of your image in Photoshop using frequency separation and dodging and burning. I will take you through step by step so that you can be able to get this image and move from here to here. Okay. So to start, the first thing we'll do is to duplicate this layer by pressing Ctrl J. Then the next thing we'll do is to rename this layer. I'll call this color and I'll call this texture. Next thing I do is to hide this by clicking on this eye button and select the color. Then I'll go to filter and I go to blur, Gaussian blur to adjust the blur of this image. Now I have my dialog box open. I have to take this down. So what we'll do is to select the area with the well have a good texture. If you can't see it very well, you can actually zoom out so that you can see very well. Then we'll increase the radius from 0 to the point where the skin is smooth, like this. So this looks okay for me. The skin is smooth. I can't see this texture, right? So this is fine. 5.8 is fine. I click OK. So you can use between 5.8, 7, and 8 depending on how your image is. And the next thing is you click on this box again to review the image on top. So you can see we have our image here. We select the texture layer. Then we'll go to image and click on apply image. So the moment we click on apply image, our dialog box comes up here and we come to layer and we'll select color, right? Then we'll leave our channel to be RGB. We come to a blending option. I will select subtract. If you are using a 16-bit image, you will use add and you leave your settings like this. So for me, I'm using 8-bit image. So I'm using subtract and I'm going to use this setting 100% to the also 128. Now I will do this. I will not click on invert. I'll click on OK. Then I come down to my blending mode and I will change it from normal to linear light. So I haven't done this. I will select the texture and the color layer and I will group them together by pressing Ctrl G. I'll just drag them and drop in this box, in this folder. Then I'll open this. This is where I start working on my image. It's good to always zoom out your image when you work. So I will zoom out this by pressing Ctrl plus. Alright, so I can see my image. This image is actually not well pixelated at a very low resolution. In my other videos, I will show you how to increase the resolution of the for image. So let's continue. So the next thing we do is we hide the texture layer. So we'll have this color layer. Then we'll come to our mixer brush. You right click here. If you don't have your mixer brush here, you come to this three dot and you click. And you see your mixer brush here. You select it. And the shortcut for that is speed. So the next thing we want to do is we'll check our brush. We use a hardness to be 0. It's always good to use soft brush. Right, then make sure it's always on the clean brush. And you have this checked and you leave these settings just the way it is. Make sure that all sample all layers is not checked so that you don't destroy your editing. Then the next thing we want to do is we have our mixer brush selected, then we'll brush. And the reason why we're doing this is to make the color, the light on the image to be uniform. So we'll brush in the direction of the face. So you can brush as it is this way, or you may have to make sure that the layer selected is the color layer that is selected, right, in your brush. So what we're trying to do here is just to make sure that the light that falls on our image is evenly spread out. You will see the different well with select on I will try to preview what has what we have now and what we have before. Then when you're also mixing the highlights, you make sure that you're brushing just in the direction of the highlights to make everything even. Okay, so let's quickly do this and just very careful with the face. Now, if you're not too sure of the edges of the face, you can also come this so that you can have a good view of the image, but make sure that this layer is selected while you brush, right? So you can be sure of the edge where you brush is still the same thing. So what we are trying to do is to make sure that the light on the image is evenly spread. So some places are not highlighted, while some are not like that. Okay. So let's start some predominance. Uh, s- so I'm gonna be fast about this so that we save some time. Okay. Reduce the size of the brush so that you can brush through other parts. Okay. So that's what we have before and what we have now. You can see the highlight of this is perfect. One is more even, one is not well spread. So I haven't done this. The next thing would I'll pick the color layer, select my laser tool, then I'll select this. I come to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, right. This is what I want. I need to increase this to the point where the skin is a bit smooth. So preferably you can take it like 2 3 times because you're working on the texture. So I was having like 5.8, so I can go to 15. Yeah, so the texture can still be there. Click OK. Now the next thing I do is I'll select other part of the face and apply the same setting. How do I do that? I select, I right click, I come to version blur, and once I apply, it will give me that same value of 15, which I use. And sometimes you might want to highlight small portion of the face. It might not work because it's too small. Let's see. Okay. So this part was good. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you want to select that material will not pixel more than 50% select the selection edge will not be visible. So that will not go. What we have done is fine. So the next thing we need to do is we want to prepare our image, what we've done so far. So this is before, this is after. Now the next thing we need to do is to clean the image by removing all this texture. And how do we go about it? We select the texture image, right? We zoom out. Then we come to either our healing brush, spot healing brush, or our patch tool, right? To do this cleaning, just to remove all the spot. And to use your patch tool, I think I can use it just to show us how it works. I select my patch tool. I click on the spot where I want to take it off. Or take this. And I drag to a clean spot. Right? A big 4. Take this. I drag to a clean spot. So I do this for all the blemish on the face of this model. Right? All I just need is to select and drag to a clean spot. Right? Let's see how this model will be transformed. Hello, how before. This is where we are now. Or how before. Look where we are now. We'll zoom in a bit. Before, now, before, and after. So the next thing we do is we press Shift Control Alt E to have this image, all the settings on our this is out on a single image. Now on this image, we want this image to now pop. So what we'll do is select this layer. So the next thing is to go to camera raw, make sure you select your move tool, right? And you select the image, which the layer you're working on. So I come to filter, camera raw. So the next thing I want to do is to go to basic, go to basic. So if you come here for the first time, it will be like this. I come to basic and I'll give this some highlights. Well, or the face to pop, right? Take away some shadow. Reduce this. Now the texture is very important. Either you want texture or you want it a bit smooth. Yeah, look at it. How smooth we want texture to be. You want to look at it compared to the or take it down. the clarity of it. Add some libraries and some saturation. A little saturation. Not much. Than they had before. You see the is in order to know. So let's do some more work in it. It's just add some temperature to it. I think the saturation is good. There's this one calling and dodging and this EB. So what we're going to do is first select with we come here, we click on the call layer, or increase rate. Now we want to see size or export. Yeah, let's take it high. So you can see the part of the over exposed. Then you take it back and come here, press Ctrl to I, then invert it. I can name it Dodge. Then you come here, again, come here. This time around, you take it down. You want to see all the product at that, right? Press Ctrl I, right? Then you select both, group them, emit, Dodge, group on, open it, it's around. You can select the badge. Make sure we have a lot of black and white here. We'll pick our brush tool. Right. And we'll make all the highlights. But do the same here. Yeah. What I'm trying to do here is no code.